Every single day in the United States, approximately 10,000 adults over 65 are treated in emergency rooms for fall-related injuries. That adds up to nearly 4 million falls each year, serious enough to require medical attention. 1 out of every 5 falls causes a serious injury like broken bones or head trauma. Within 1 year of breaking a hip, up to 30% of older adults will pass away from complications. Among survivors, many never return to independent living. That's not a scare tactic. That's reality. These statistics keep researchers working tirelessly to change outcomes for older adults everywhere. But here's what I need you to understand right now before we go any further. Falls don't just happen randomly without warning signs. They're not unpredictable accidents that strike out of nowhere. Your body warns you every single day. It gives you signals constantly. The problem is that most people don't know how to read those signals until it's too late. That's exactly why I'm making this video today. There is a simple test you can do right now in your living room with nothing but a sturdy chair that will reveal your true fall risk today. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to give you a clear weekly plan to improve your results starting today. This test takes 30 seconds. You need no special equipment. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly where you stand and precisely what to do about it. I've seen this test change lives when people take action on their results. Falls are preventable when you know what to look for. Your future independence depends on the strength you build now. Let's get started with something that could genuinely change everything for you. Let me tell you where I'm coming from so you understand why this matters. I've spent years working with adults in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. I've seen people walk into clinics terrified that their independence was slipping away from them. I've watched those same people transform their strength and confidence through targeted training over weeks and months. The thing most people don't realize is that balance and strength are not fixed traits you're born with. They're measurable skills, they're trainable abilities. Your muscles will respond to the right stimulus at any age. Here's something crucial you need to understand about aging and strength. Research consistently shows that older adults can build muscle and improve balance regardless of their starting point. I've worked with 80-year-olds who doubled their sit-to-stand count within 8 weeks. This isn't about genetics or luck. It's about consistent, targeted effort applied correctly over time. Your body is waiting for the right challenge. The key is knowing where you currently stand so you can take appropriate action. Don't skip this next part because safety always comes first in everything we do together. Now, before we do any testing, I need you to hear these safety instructions very carefully. We're going to be standing up and sitting down repeatedly, which might sound simple, but proper setup is essential for accurate and safe results. First, you need a sturdy chair with a firm seat, not a rolling office chair or soft recliner. Position it with its back flat against a wall so it absolutely cannot slide backward when you push up to stand. Clear the space around you completely of any tripping hazards like rugs, cords, or furniture. Second, have something sturdy within arm's reach, like a kitchen counter, heavy table, or walker for emergencies. Wear flat shoes with good grip, or go barefoot only on non-slip floors. Never wear socks on hardwood or tile during this test. If you have active dizziness, recent falls, leg numbness, or neurological conditions, do this test only with someone standing beside you or consult your physical therapist first. If you feel lightheaded at any point, stop immediately. We're gathering information here, not proving anything. Safety always comes before data collection. Let's get into the test itself now. This is called the 30-second sit-to-stand test, used worldwide by researchers and clinicians to assess lower body function. Sit in the middle of your chair with feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and knees bent at roughly 90 degrees. The ideal chair height is approximately 17 inches, which is standard dining chair height for most people. For the standard version, cross your arms over your chest, with each hand touching the opposite shoulder. This ensures you're using leg strength rather than pushing with your arms. When you're ready, Stand completely up until your hips and knees are fully straight, then sit all the way back down, making complete contact with the chair seat before standing again. That's one complete repetition. You'll perform as many controlled repetitions as possible in exactly 30 seconds. Full extension at top, full contact with seat at bottom, no bouncing or using momentum. Each rep should be smooth and deliberate. Quality matters as much as quantity here. Control is essential for this test to give you accurate information about your true functional strength. If crossing your arms feels unsafe, keep your fingertips lightly on the armrests or chair seat for balance. Note that you needed this modification because it's valuable information about your current abilities and where you need improvement. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this video immediately. Set up your chair properly against a wall. Get your phone timer ready for exactly 30 seconds. Perform the test with your best effort while maintaining good form throughout. I'll be right here waiting when you get back. Go do the test now. Welcome back from your test. Take a deep breath and let your heart rate settle down. Before I tell you exactly what your score means, I need to address common mistakes that can throw off your results or potentially put you at risk. Mistake number one is bouncing out of the chair using momentum. Some people rock forward and pop up quickly. That's not strength being measured, that's compensation. Your muscles should do the work, not gravity and momentum combined. Each rep should feel controlled from start to finish without any bouncing motion. Mistake number two is standing only partially without full hip and knee extension at the top. Mistake number three is not sitting completely down, hovering above the seat instead of making full contact. Mistake number four is placing feet too far forward, which makes the test artificially harder and risks falling backward. Mistake number five is holding your breath throughout the test. Exhale as you stand up, inhale as you sit down, and keep breathing steadily. Mistake number six is rushing so fast that your form completely falls apart before the 30 seconds ends. Mistake number seven is rounding your back excessively forward, which compensates for weak leg muscles. Your chest should stay relatively upright throughout each repetition. Mistake number eight is letting your knees collapse inward toward each other. Knees should track directly over your toes throughout every single rep. Now grab something to write with immediately. Write down exactly how many reps you completed and whether you needed hand support. This becomes your baseline number for measuring all future progress. Don't skip this step because tracking creates accountability for your improvement journey. Don't skip this next section because understanding your results correctly is absolutely essential for taking the right action. If you completed 10 or more repetitions in 30 seconds with good controlled form throughout, you're in the green zone. Your lower body strength is currently in a functional range for your age. This doesn't mean stop training. Strength naturally declines with age unless actively maintained through consistent effort. You have a solid foundation to build upon going forward, but maintenance requires ongoing work from you. If you completed 6 to 9 repetitions, or reached 10 but felt shaky and unstable throughout, you're in the yellow zone. This is a warning signal that shouldn't be ignored. Your fall risk is elevated compared to where it should be for safe, independent living. Here's the encouraging part that should motivate you. This is exactly the zone where consistent targeted training makes the biggest measurable difference. Your body will respond quickly to the right exercises. Many people in yellow zone reach green zone within 6 to 8 weeks of consistent effort. If you completed 5 or fewer repetitions, or couldn't safely complete the test without heavily using your hands for support, you're in the red zone currently. This signals that lower body strength and balance need immediate priority attention from you. Please don't feel any shame about this result whatsoever. This is valuable information you now possess. You're being proactive by learning this now before a fall actually happens. Consider seeing a physical therapist for comprehensive evaluation and a personalized program designed specifically for your current needs and limitations. Here's something important I want you to notice about your test performance. Did one side feel noticeably weaker than the other during the test? Did you lean to one side when standing up? Did one knee feel less stable than the other? Asymmetry between your left and right sides is very significant information. It can indicate weakness in your hip stabilizers, stiffness in one ankle, or compensation patterns from an old injury that never fully resolved. Pay close attention to these differences because they guide where to focus your training efforts going forward. Let me explain why this simple 30-second test predicts fall risk so effectively in research studies. When you stand from a chair, you're not using just one muscle in isolation. You're engaging an entire coordinated system simultaneously. Your quadriceps muscles do the primary lifting work. Your glutes extend your hips and stabilize your pelvis throughout the movement. Your core muscles keep your trunk stable and upright. Your ankle muscles make constant, tiny adjustments for balance. Your hip stabilizers prevent knee caving and pelvis dropping sideways during every single rep. Your nervous system coordinates all of this complex activity in real time, processing sensory information and making split-second corrections throughout each repetition. This matters enormously for daily life activities you do constantly. Walking upstairs is essentially a single-leg sit to stand with each step. Getting up from the toilet requires sit-to-stand strength. Getting out of your car demands this ability. Stepping into the shower requires the same movement pattern. Getting up from the floor after playing with grandchildren needs this strength plus additional coordination and balance abilities. When you cannot complete 10 controlled sit-to-stands in 30 seconds, you're running dangerously low on reserve capacity for daily activities you need to perform. When that reserve runs out completely, falls happen. You misjudge a step height. You can't catch yourself when you stumble unexpectedly. Your reaction time isn't fast enough anymore. Here's a myth that needs addressing directly. Many people think more walking alone will fix leg weakness completely. Walking is wonderful for heart health, but it doesn't sufficiently challenge the muscles needed for powerful, quick movements. Now that you know exactly where you stand, let's fix it with 5 targeted exercises. Exercise 1 is tempo sit-to-stand practice using your test as training. Take 3 full seconds to stand up slowly. Pause 1 second at the complete top position. Take 3 seconds to sit back down with control. This eliminates momentum entirely and forces your muscles to work continuously throughout the entire movement. Start with a higher surface using stacked cushions if needed. Use fingertips on a counter for balance if necessary initially. Aim for 3 sets of 8 repetitions. Here's additional coaching for tempo sit-to-stands to maximize your results from this exercise. Focus on driving through your heels rather than your toes as you stand up. Keep your chest lifted and eyes looking forward throughout the entire movement. Your knees should track directly over your second toes without caving inward at any point. The easier version uses more cushions for height and hand support as needed. The harder progression removes cushions completely, eliminates hand support, and eventually adds light weights held at your chest. Stop immediately if you feel any sharp pain in your knees or back during this exercise. Exercise 2 is step-ups using a low step of approximately 4 to 6 inches in height. Your bottom stair works perfectly for this exercise. Stand facing the step with a wall or railing within easy reach for support. Step up with one foot while pressing through your entire foot, not just your toes. Bring the other foot up completely. Step back down with control, leading with the same leg throughout. Complete all reps on one side before switching legs. Keep your torso upright without excessive forward leaning. Start with 2 sets of 8 on each leg. The easier version uses a lower surface like a thick book and allows more hand support throughout. The harder progression uses higher steps, adds hand weights, or removes hand support entirely. Check your form in a mirror during this exercise or record a 10-second clip to review your technique afterward. Watch that your knee tracks straight ahead without wobbling or caving inward. Ensure your step surface is completely stable and has non-slip material on top. Stop if you experience any knee pain that persists beyond mild muscle fatigue during or after this exercise. Exercise 3 targets your hip stabilizers through side steps or standing hip abduction movements. For hip abduction, hold a counter for support and balance. Shift your weight fully onto one leg without leaning your torso. Lift the other leg directly sideways, approximately 6 to 8 inches, keeping your toe pointing forward throughout. Lower with slow control without dropping quickly. Keep your pelvis completely level without hiking up the moving hip. Focus on feeling the muscle on the outside of your standing hip working hard. Do 2 sets of 15 repetitions on each side. For side steps with resistance, place a band above your knees if you have one available. Take slow, controlled steps sideways while maintaining constant tension on the band throughout the entire set. 10 steps in one direction, then 10 steps returning back. The easier version uses no band and keeps more hand support throughout. The harder progression adds stronger resistance bands and reduces hand support progressively. Don't sacrifice proper form for greater range of motion. Keep your feet parallel and pointing forward throughout every repetition of this important hip strengthening exercise. Exercise 4 is heel raises and toe raises for ankle and foot strength and balance. Stand facing a counter with your hands resting lightly on the surface for balance support. Rise up onto your toes as high as you possibly can achieve. Hold for 1 full second at the top position. Lower slowly with deliberate control without dropping quickly. Do 2 sets of 20 repetitions. Then keep your heels firmly on the ground and lift your toes up as high as possible. You'll feel the muscles in the front of your shins working hard. Do 2 sets of 15 repetitions. These ankle muscles fire rapidly whenever you trip, helping you catch yourself before falling. They're absolutely essential for fall prevention, but often overlooked in typical exercise programs. The easier version uses more hand support and smaller ranges of motion initially. The harder progression reduces hand support, adds single leg variations, or holds a weight in one hand. Stop immediately if you experience calf cramping during this exercise and gently stretch before attempting again. Progress gradually from easy to harder versions over several weeks of consistent practice. Exercise 5 is tandem stance and controlled marching for balance and coordination training. For tandem stance, stand with one foot positioned directly in front of the other in a heel-to-toe arrangement, like standing on a tightrope. Hold this challenging position for 30 seconds with support nearby. Switch which foot is in front and repeat for another 30 seconds. As this becomes easier with practice, hold longer or briefly close your eyes while maintaining support nearby. For controlled marching, stand tall near a counter and lift one knee toward your chest slowly. Hold your knee up for 2 full seconds with complete control. Lower it slowly without rushing. Alternate legs for 20 total repetitions, counting both sides. Focus on remaining completely stable through your standing leg without any swaying or wobbling motion. The easier version uses more hand support and shorter hold times initially. The harder progression closes eyes briefly or removes hand support entirely for advanced challenge. Always keep support within easy reach when challenging your balance systems. Progress gradually based on your comfort level and improving abilities each week. Here's your complete weekly plan for implementing these 5 exercises effectively. Train 3 to 4 days per week consistently without skipping sessions. Each session should take approximately 15 to 25 minutes depending on your rest needs between sets. Start every session with a 2 to 3 minute warm-up consisting of gentle marching in place, shoulder rolls, and ankle circles to prepare your body. Work through all 5 exercises in order each session. Give extra sets to whichever area feels weakest for you personally. Retest your sit to stand count at exactly 2 weeks and again at 4 weeks using identical testing conditions. Track your progress in writing after each test. Are you achieving more repetitions with better control? Does the movement feel easier and more natural now? These are the markers of real, meaningful improvement happening in your body. If you're not improving after 4 weeks of consistent effort, or if you're experiencing persistent pain, dizziness, or new symptoms, please see a physical therapist or talk to your doctor for a professional evaluation. I want to leave you with something genuinely important to remember always. Falls are not an inevitable part of aging. I'll say that again because it truly matters. Falls are not inevitable for anyone. That false belief has cost too many people their independence, confidence, and quality of life unnecessarily. Your body remains adaptable throughout your entire life. Your muscles will get stronger with appropriate training at any age. I've witnessed this transformation happen hundreds of times in my career working with older adults just like you. Think about what you want your life to look like in 5 years from today. Playing on the floor with grandchildren and standing up independently without assistance. Walking confidently on any terrain without fear. Reacting instantly when you trip. Catching yourself successfully and continuing on like nothing happened. That future is genuinely available to you. It starts with knowing where you are today. You now possess that crucial knowledge. The next step is taking consistent action on what you've learned in this video starting today. Tell me in the comments right now your age, where you're watching from, whether you scored green, yellow, or red, and which exercise you're committing to start with first. I read every single comment and learned from your experiences. If this video helped you, hit the like button now because it helps more people find this information. Subscribe and tap the notification bell. I have another video coming soon on morning balance exercises you can complete in under 10 minutes daily. Thank you for your time today. Now go start those exercises immediately.